got some big news today. There's a new die set that's headed your way. Easy Wonder die number 3 has arrived. And oh my stars, it's postage style. Little frames with that classic edge, perfect for pandas or floral spreads. That grid design we all adore. Now it's easier than ever, who could ask for more? Signed, stamped, and cut just right. Easy Wonder die number 3's in sight. With a postage grid, it's pure delight. Turning 6x6 paper pads into cards that shine bright. So easy to craft, so fun to share. A handmade touch with my own flair. With Easy Wonder die number 3 by my side, I send love and style and country pride. Stick some hearts in every square, add some flowers or a sweet little bear. It's like a postcard from the soul. Every panel plays a role. Pop it up or add a glow. Make it flip or let it show. Lots of layers are simple and sweet. This die makes every card complete. Signed, stamped, and cut just right. Easy Wonder die number 3's in sight. With a postage grid, it's pure delight. Turning 6x6 paper pads into cards that shine bright. So easy to craft, so fun to share. A handmade touch with my own flair. With Easy Wonder die number 3 by my side, I send love and style and country pride.
Whether it's birthdays, thanks, or just because, this die turns every piece of paper into a postmark of love.
Signed, stamped, and cut just right. Easy Wonder die number 3 takes flight. From my head to hearts afar, each card's a keepsake, just like a star. No fuss, just fun and looks so grand. With a crafty fun twist from my own hand. With Easy Wonder die number 3 by my side, I craft with heart and country pride. So grab your stamps and your pattern sheets. Easy number 3's here, and it's pretty sweet.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining Nikki and me. I'm Lynn at LV Handcrafted, and I'm super thrilled that we are streaming today to both of our channels, LV Handcrafted and Nikki Hearts Cards. So welcome to those of you who are already watching us live and already saying hello in the live chat. I love seeing that. And it's wonderful to have so many people here joining us for this very special and the very last live stream special for my new Easy Wonder die number 3 collection, which I think for maybe Nikki's audience might be a first time that they've seen this, because I've been talking about it quite a lot on my channel. So I'm super excited to get to share this with all of you. And I'm going to throw it over to Nikki so that she can introduce herself, because I'm pretty sure most everybody knows who you are, my friend, but tell us anyways a little bit about yourself, and thanks for your live chat showing up. Love it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for everybody who's coming to see this new thing. I'm super excited to help Lynn out with it. And we're going to have lots of fun card making today. I am Nikki Baxley. You'll find me on all social media as Nikki Hearts Cards, like my shirt says. So you can find me everywhere. I do lots of reels, I do lots of YouTube. And as far as my background, I've been a card maker kind of full time. I guess if you call it full time, if you're also a mom, but I guess is my side thing for at least 5 years now. I've been on YouTube, and I am not giving up. I love it. I'm having lots of fun, and I'm really loving seeing the community out there. We have the greatest crafters around. I came from a background, you'll see that sometimes I kind of put a more scientific twist into cards. Like, I like to experiment and do that kind of thing. And that's because my background is in the medical field. But I am not working in the medical field right now because I'm exploring this passion, and I'm loving it. So
I
hopefully
love
that
that you're
answers.
able to do this. Do you craft full time?
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah,
Congrats. I love it.
yeah, I do. I'm very, very blessed to be able to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I am really thrilled. I have to say a big thank you to you for guest designing with Not Too Shabby and helping me launch my die set and this collection. It's pretty different and unique in some ways, but familiar in other ways because it is, as the name suggests, the third in the series. And let me just pop over. Sorry to put you in the corner, Nikki.
That's all right. That's all right.
So,
Perfectly
for
fine.
folks who aren't familiar with what Easy Wonder dies are, these are dies that I have designed, but they are actually produced and only available at the Not Too Shabby shop. And this is the third in the collection. And if you aren't familiar, Nikki's got the first two, which she can show, and I also have the first two sets, which I can show as well. But the idea, the concept behind the Easy Wonder dies is to smash your 6x6 paper pads. So if you love to craft with pattern paper, these dies have been designed so that you can easily cut in a single pass, get a lot of different basic shapes to craft with. This was number 1. And this is number 2. And what you'll notice with number 3 is that it has a really fun postage theme to it. And so with 3, though, there's some extra special things going on. And in a moment, the promotion, the link to the promotion isn't live yet, but we do have a special deal. Jamie has extended me and Nikki the opportunity to make some special offers open to you all. And this collection is not, I saw the question, it's not available yet on the Not Too Shabby website. It doesn't officially launch until June 15th. And we've been doing such a good job of these live stream specials that likely on the 15th it will open as a pre-order because we've actually sold through quite a lot of inventory already, which is fabulous. And so we're super thrilled and excited that there's a lot of interest for this new collection. And before I dive too deep into what the promotional offer is, let me give you a little bit of a closer look. I can show you a couple of examples of cards that you can make with these. They can be super simple. I just cut this out and stamped. This is just gorgeous pattern paper by Not Too Shabby. It's part of their June box subscription. And I just stamped a little sentiment, and it's just got that really lovely, it's almost a postcard effect. I've got some fun printables, which I'll share with you more on that because not only is Jamie offering you a special promotion today, I also have a couple special promotions for you all today too. So those are just a couple of things that you can make with this collection, which includes the main Easy Wonder die number 3. It cuts out all of these different pieces. Some of the pieces are actually meant to layer right back onto your postage grid. And that's basically how I did this card here. And I'll show you how I did that exact card or something similar with my printables. The collection also includes an add-on die set, which gives you layering options. So some of these will actually coordinate with the postage grid so that if you're somebody who loves your layers, you can add some layers with all the same stitch border detailing, and it fits right inside your grid, and the little dies here will layer right back on top as well. So that gives you a nice layered look. But besides that, even though it is called an add-on, you don't necessarily have to have the main die, because there's lots of elements here that are pretty much everything is standalone. It does have the postage theme to it, but there's nothing that's in the add-on die set that actually requires the main die. You have some basic squares and rectangles, you have a Happy Mail sentiment, and you have some postage themed elements like the little airplane and postage cancellation. Here's what the Happy Mail, and I think Nikki's going to assemble this today on her card as well. And probably my favorite die of all is this one here, which allows you to actually cut a custom postage stamp border. I could be wrong. To my knowledge, I'm not aware of another die like that exists on the market. And that allows you to create something like this, where I've actually taken just a regular A2 card base, and using this die, cutting 3 edges, have created a card front that is shaped like a postage stamp border. I've made my own postage frame for this ephemera piece, which you can also do with just this single die. So I feel like that's one of my favorites just because of how versatile it can be and how unique I believe it is. So that's a look at the add-on die. Also in this collection is this is a first for me, my very first attempt at designing a set of stencils. So these allow you to, it's actually a 2-piece stencil, so you get 2 stencils in this. They can layer or you can use them separately. This area here, there's really 3 distinct areas of this stencil. So this area here is where you would stencil a inky background into your postage grid to give you an effect like that if you would like. There's actually 2 different sizes. So what you see in pink is one stencil. What you see in teal is your second stencil. So you have the option with this set of designs to either stencil inside the stitch border detailing, or if you prefer, you can use the other one and stencil right up to the stitching line. So you have some options there. Next, there's also this section here, which is just a really fun polka dot pattern. I've done that so that we can give you kind of maximize a 6x6 stencil and give you as many design options as we can think of and more value for your money. So that is your little polka dot section there. And then the final part is just these 2 borders here, which allow you to actually create that classic airmail border. And I think Nikki is going to show us how to do that airmail border without the stencil today, which will be a fun little option as well. But if you want to pick up the stencil as part of the full collection, this is a 2-piece design so that you can easily stencil one color in one pass and then the second color in the second pass. What you'll notice is that it's only 2 edges. It is designed for an A2 panel, so there's actually this black line here is actually etching that's on the stencil itself. And that helps you to align it with your A2 panel so that you can do 2 lines in one pass, rotate your stencil or rotate your panel, and then stencil through the other 2 borders. And so that is the new stencil. And of course, that's not it. Jamie designed a 4x6 stamp set, which Nikki's going to feature quite a lot in her card today, which I think is really fun because even if you aren't a big fan of pattern paper, I think the collection, there's lots of ways to use it, and Nikki's been very creative with how she has used it on her card today, which she'll demonstrate. And this is called Special Delivery. It's got a lot of postage-themed stamps and elements and sentiments as well. It's really all year long because I see the word holiday here. There's some images that are kind of summer themed as well. So a little bit something for throughout the year. not shown, and I think somebody has mentioned it also, is that when we offer Easy Wonder Dies, you will have the option to actually buy it with an online course taught by me. This time around, which is a little bit different to Easy Wonders Die number 1 and 2, I filmed it as a masterclass. So it's filmed in real time. So you get real-time instructional video. It's over 3.5 hours of instructions going over how to use all of the components of this collection that I designed. So the first module is for the main Easy Wonder Die. If you only had the main Easy Wonder Die, what could you make with it? Module number 2 covers how do you use your add-on with your main die to get the most out of it and create some different looks. Module number 3 shows you how to use the add-on by itself. And I spent a good portion of module 3 showing you just how to use this die because it might not immediately seem obvious. And I've given you all the tips and tricks I know for how to create that custom postage framed border. So that's module number 3. And module number 4, I show you how to ink up each of the stencils, how to use them in combination with each other, and how to create some different effects. Even if you're just using one ink color, you can create some really lovely ombres, you can create some fun vignetting. And so that is the 4th and final module. So today, what's going to be available to you all is, firstly, you're going to be able to order this early because remember, this doesn't even go on sale until June 15th. So you're going to have the option to order early. This is really for folks who are full set syndrome and love getting the full collection because Jamie has made available a bundle that contains all 4 of what you see here, including the Masterclass, which is again 3.5 hours of instructions where I give you all the tips and tricks that I've discovered in crafting with, testing, and playing with this collection. And I'm going to give folks a little bit of time to ask me some questions about this. And I'm going to let Nikki get started crafting as well. But because this live stream special is only available during the live stream, I want to give enough people time to find the live stream, to get your questions asked, because I want you to be able to make a really good purchasing decision if you decide to buy today. So if you have questions, just pop them into the live chat, maybe put question in big capitalized letters so it jumps out at me, and I will be sure to answer as many of the questions as I can. So I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know, Nikki, if you want to switch your camera or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me try switching it really quick.
All right.
We'll see how that goes. Okay, and then I'll get it lined up.
Oh, perfect.
Okay,
Perfect,
let me get it all
perfect.
lined up. Sorry, I didn't want to have this too much in my face while we were talking. So
Oh yeah,
let me
no
get it all-
worries.
And I'm
All
corded
right.
today, so y'all see the cord coming across every now and then. Okay, let's see how we're doing here on our. I know it's hard when it's a grid to get it nice and lined up here. Okay. All righty. So I'm going to start. Do you want me to start talking, Lynn?
Yeah, take it
okay.
away, my friend.
Okay, I'm going to start with the card that I made with patterned paper. We're not going to make this one today, but we're going to, I just want to kind of show you some of the things that you can do with it. Most of the people who are in my world or on my channel know that I don't do a whole lot of patterned paper. So I really took this set and did something different with it. And what I decided to do with this one, because I just couldn't handle how cute these little flowers were, is I used the patterned paper on the back, and then I used patterned paper and cut out what almost looks like die cuts. So I actually cut the flowers out to create my own die cuts. So if you don't have a die cutting thing, or you only have some pattern paper and you're wanting to add these flowers, this pack, Lynn will probably know what it's called. Let me see if I've got it.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
I think it's the Blue Seas.
Yeah, probably.
The Blue Seas. Okay. So, but where I'm going to take us today with our nice working on everything is I'm going to show you a couple things. And I didn't know that she was coming out with a stencil for the postage mail. And I just thought that it needed that postage mail look to it. So I'm going to show you how I created this background. And what I did in this card is I did a lot of stamping. I did some die cutting, of course. I did some ink blending. We're going to use some markers. We're going to create our own metallic die cuts. It's just got a lot of things packed in it. So make sure that you are excited about that. And we're going to make this whole card from scratch. If we have time, we may try to play around with some other things, but if not, we will at least try to get this one accomplished. So does anybody have any questions to start off with, or you want to just dive right in?
I see some questions, so I'm gonna field some questions. And look at you all organized.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll kind of pick out some things because I tried to keep myself as organized as possible in here because I knew that I might lose these. So the way that I organize, I've got this container, the stash stacks here for holding everything when I'm doing a live stream. It's really been helping. And then I use these like what are they called? Magnetic sheets. And
cool.
They're real heavyweight. So like when I have all these dies, now this isn't necessarily how I store them, but when I'm working with them, it's nice to take out some metallic or magnetic sheets. I keep saying metallic, sorry about that. Some magnetic sheets. And that way everything that I'm going to use is on this sheet right now. So this is Easy Wonder 3. We've got that add-on set over here with the plain and the cute little strip and that little envelope and the sentiment that we're going to use. So we've got all of that there. And then with these, since I don't know if we're using them today or not, I still put them on a magnetic sheet, but I left them on their backing, but it still holds on to them. So just something to kind of think about, like having some magnets is kind of nice if you're a big die cutting person. So
awesome.
And I think Maureen's got a question for you.
Yeah, I see several questions. So let me start answering the questions. So where do you get your ideas for these great dies? I've never seen them before. The dies, the Easy Wonder dies actually started with my mini One Sheet Wonder printables. So I put out mini One Sheet Wonders that show you how to cut down a single sheet of 6x6 pattern paper and then turn that into a number of card sketches. So what you'll find when you buy any of the Easy Wonder dies is if you flip to the back, there are card sketch suggestions that show you how you can use all of the pieces that are cut by the die to create some different layouts where you use every single thing that's been cut. So I love a good no scrap crafting session. And so this will help you to get started. But as you can see, these are just your basic shapes. There's circles, squares, banners, rectangles. And so your creativity is going to take off once you get these in your hands because you can really create any layouts you would like. But that's actually how it all started. And truth be told, Easy Wonder die number 3 has come out before my mini One Sheet Wonder. I haven't done a mini One Sheet Wonder on it, but I do have the 2 card sketch suggestions. I just haven't released that mini One Sheet Wonder to my audience yet. Next question, and Nikki, let me know if there's something that you want to tell us about and what you're doing.
Okay, I'm just starting to do some of the die cutting, so we got that out of the way, and then we're going to make stripes after that.
Okay, perfect. So Laura Lee says, question, how do I know if I have the class? I purchased a Livestream bundle, but did it come with that? It depends on whether you actually chose that option. So what I'm going to show you all and what I'm going to tell everybody now in terms of what the promotional offer is so that you all can have this in mind when you, I'm going to flip real quick, Nikki. So if you're doing something important, I won't, but are you just die cutting?
Okay. No, just die cutting, die cutting.
So I'm going to show you what you'll see when you go to, the link is not yet in the chat. I will be posting a link both to my chat and to Nikki's chat so that you can click right on over. But what you'll see when you get here is you'll have the option to either add the masterclass or not. Today's special promotion is that you are going to get that masterclass of over 3.5 hours of instructional video from me for free. Normally, that's an extra $10 that you would have to pay for that class. And so you don't have to worry about that. So if you're buying today, what you want to do is say, yes, sign me up, because you're going to get that class for free. And with your purchase today, your order will qualify for free US shipping from Jamie. It's also going to qualify you for a freebie from the Not Too Shabby Shop as well. So if you order this bundle today, you're going to see free US shipping. You're going to get the free masterclass of 3.5+ hours of video instruction, and you are going to get an additional freebie from Jamie. So that's what's on offer today. And I'm going to continue to hit some questions as Nikki die cuts. So
she's making a mess over here.
Maureen says, why are people saying they are getting their die today if it's not available yet? Well, Maureen, folks who are part of my audience over on LV Handcrafted, I've been hosting live stream specials since the end of May. So this is brand new to Nikki's audience, but my audience has already been treated to a couple of live stream specials, and we're wrapping up all of our live stream specials with you all as a big bang right before we go out and launch on the 15th. So for the folks who joined me on an earlier live stream special, they ordered, and these dies, they are shipping already. So Jamie does have some stock in hand, and so if you order today, it will ship. Jamie is so fast at shipping. She's like, you order it, and then she basically has it out the door within a day, maybe two at most. So that's why some people have already received it. Some people have been crafting with it. Those are folks from my audience. So thank you for that question. Thanks, Brenda, for that. Roseanne says, you mentioned there was a part 1 and part 2. Will those be? Oh, thank you for that question. So to answer your question, Easy Wonder Die number 1, it released maybe 2 years ago. It was recently restocked with Easy Wonder Die number 2 just this past May, and number 1 has already sold out. Number 2, there's still some inventory left. So for anyone who would like to get number 2, you can order that. And if you want, especially since if you're ordering the Easy 3 collection, it's already going to be past the free shipping threshold. So if there's anything that you would like, I want to give everybody time to hit the Not Too Shabby Shop, add anything you would like to get into your cart so that you're ready to go when I share the link. We do have to limit the number of orders that can go through, because there's only so many physical items, physical inventory that Jamie has in hand for her to ship right away. She's going to put in another order of the Easy 3 collection, and so that's not yet in her hands. So we're limiting the number of bundles that we have that we can make available and can ship straight away. The restock situation on number 1, that's really going to be determined by how much interest there is. This one in particular, because it was the first to go out, it actually has been restocked. I think this recent one was maybe the second time it was restocked. So the initial launch, 1 restock, and then this recent one is the second restock. And really, it kind of depends on how many people are on that waiting list to receive it. So if there's an interest, if you have an interest in we want to watch this. So I'm going to talk real fast. If you have an interest in something that is out of stock, whether it's on the Not Too Shabby Shop or really anywhere that you shop, you might want to add yourself to the wait list, because not only does that give you a notification when it does get back in stock, it can actually help to determine if something gets restocked at all. Because if there's a lot of interest, it's more likely to be restocked. So that might help to push it into the to getting restocked earlier. So thank you so much for that question. So Nikki, tell us what you're doing.
Okay, so I am creating stripes, and no, they're not going to be perfectly straight. They're really kind of winging it, but I am using a T ruler. So you notice that my stripes aren't perfect. They're not going to be like the stencil that you had, but I think it gives the illusion that you've got that postage mail thing. You're not going to see this whole page. So you can definitely do this and just do the edges. I just find it easier to follow a ruler and get my lines a little bit better. So that's why I'm using this large ruler. I'm using a Copic marker. You could use any red marker. This one is R46. And I am just going along. And whenever you're using alcohol markers, which is what these are, you need something. So see, I'm protecting my mat below because this one's silicone, so it'll wipe off a little bit better, but it may stain with red. Red is always hard. So just you could even use a piece of paper, anything that you want. And then I'm just like literally drawing stripes, and you'll notice not all of them are perfectly neat, and I'm not even counting out these spaces. I'm just moving along and drawing stripes. That's all that you need to do, and really I don't think anybody would notice if that was different.
Yeah,
So
that's so creative.
do y'all use, so see, like this little line's going to be a little bit closer. That's fine, don't worry about it. I try to be easy on myself when I'm crafting, just to be like, hey, nobody noticed that. You know what I mean? Like, nobody cares if you've got, if your lines are a little bit off or you're crooked, because also this is behind something. So just be easy on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. And I would say, even if you don't like the way the lines turned out, use it anyway, and you'll be shocked at how good it looks.
And so I think it's comforting to know that you don't have to be exact, especially since, like you said, a lot of that's going to get covered.
Yeah, you're basically, especially your middles of your lines, like if you got their edge and you don't cover it all the way, you may want to cover that a little bit better. But look, I'm not even on my spacing, and I wasn't even on my spacing here. On this one, I actually didn't even use a ruler. I just was like, I'm just going to kind of wing it and see what happens. But I thought, today I better use a ruler, or it'll end up being like something crazy. We'll be like, okay, that was not even close.
All right. So friends, I see a lot of comments, a lot of confusion in the live chat. So I'm right here in this corner. This is Lynn here for Nikki's audience.
Okay.
I have not shared the link to purchase yet. And the reason why is because you know how it takes people some time to find a live stream, and this deal is limited. I want everybody to have a good opportunity because it will likely sell out during the live stream if this is anything like the previous live stream specials. So I want to give everybody a chance to know exactly what they're getting. I want everybody to understand what the offer is, which is you're going to get the free masterclass, normally a $10 value. This is what it looks like when you go to the link that I have not yet shared. I will share it, I promise. I just want to make sure everybody has time to get here. Everybody has time. This is a considered purchase, my friends. I don't know about you, but if I'm going to spend this money, I really want to understand what I'm getting. So I want to give everybody a fair chance to get your questions asked and answered so that you can feel good about your purchase, not feel rushed into making a decision. And don't worry, if today is not the day for you to pick up these dies, you can wait until June 15th when you will be able to order everything a la carte. Today, the deal is just for the full bundle. Everything that you saw me share earlier, the main die, the add-on die, the 2-piece stencil, and the stamp set. I will be sharing that link within the next 5 minutes. But because if you are ordering this live stream bundle, your order is going to qualify for free shipping. So I also want to give you all an opportunity, if there's anything else you want to grab from the Not Too Shabby shop, then go ahead and put that into your cart now, so that when I share the link to you, all you got to do is hit add to cart and then check out. The folks who are giving you advice right now, it's because they've been in my previous live streams and they know how fast it goes. So they're giving you their best tips and tricks for how to make sure that you can get one today if that is what you're interested in.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm gonna grab a blending brush, but what I'm starting here, we're gonna do the blue layer here. And I learned a couple things doing this blue layer, so I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks for that. But I do need to grab a blending brush and I'm connected to my computer. But while I'm doing that, let me show you the colors that we're using. So here's how our stripe panel turned out. That was a red
Awesome.
marker. That's a red marker. Now you're going to ask, like, why did you pick this red? There is a reason I picked this red, and it's because there is a red in this Catherine Pooler collection that is almost the exact same. So we're going to rotate back and forth because I don't like to color a whole lot of things. So we're going to rotate back and forth between ink blending and coloring. And I'm going to show you some fast ink blending tips, especially with this type of ink, an ink that is more of a foam pad than others. And I'm going to show you ways to do it, but it does help to have a blending brush just to kind of smooth out the edges. But I'm a huge fan of having kind of a spotlight look. And I know it may be a little hard to tell on this one, but we've got a really dark line on the outside. And as I went towards the inside, I kept some of this. I didn't make it perfectly even because I wanted people kind of to know that this wasn't just paper. I worked at ink blending that, and I'm proud of that. So I left the colors a little bit different, and that's what we're going to do on this too. We'll make sure there's not any big blobs or whatever, but we're going to have darker to lighter is how we're going to do our ink blending. And for some reason, I did not put my ink blending brush on my desk, so I'm grabbing that. So Lynn, if you need to answer some questions, just let me reach over and grab that. I got to take my headphones off.
Perfect. Okay, this is a perfect time because I just gave everybody fair warning to get ready to purchase because the link is coming soon. I'm going to drop the link, and what I want you all to know is that please do shop this link because this is Nikki's affiliate link, and it's my thank you. It's Jamie's thank you to Nikki for streaming with us today and for sharing this release with her audience. And we wanted to make sure that Nikki gets a little bit of a commission from all of the sales today. So I'm about to drop the link. And just please do shop this link and just know that it is Nikki's affiliate link, so you'll be supporting her. So there it is, folks. Go ahead and maybe give folks a minute or two to shop Nikki if they're opening a different window.
That is fine. So I'm using Catherine Pooler ink, and we are going to do that quick ink blending. So I will give them just a second, but it helps to have a blending brush with you. Okay. Doesn't matter what type. We're just smoothing lines is basically what we're doing. So if you haven't used these inks before, they're very juicy. They've got a foam pad that's very flat, which makes this technique possible. Okay. It is still going to make a mess. Y'all are going to see a big mess. But it's really fun and easy. And when you don't feel confident in your ink blending skills, or you just need some colored paper. So I'm one of those people. I don't have a lot of pattern paper. I have some colored cardstock, but I always want it to match perfectly. So when I'm going to be doing stamping, I like to make my own cardstock. Okay.
Oh, fancy. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
One, what white cardstock do you prefer for ink blending? Like what works best for you? And two, what is the mat that you're on that's under your panel?
This is
on top of your other mat.
Yes, this is probably, and you see that I lined it up too, because I like to keep my panels pretty even. So I've got this grid, so I can see that grid through this mat. The grid is not on this mat. It's looking through this clear mat. This is an Altenew sticky mat. So this is probably my most asked about item in my craft room, and it's my favorite thing.
Look at that.
Look, so it holds onto your paper. Okay, it's not like so sticky that it's going to rip your paper, but it really does hold on to it really well, especially with this technique that I'm about to do. I'm about to need to create some pressure on this card, and I want to make sure I've got the right size. Yeah, I've got the right size. Okay. This piece right here is cut to 4 by 5.25, so it's a little bit smaller than my red piece, which is an A2. Okay, so this is A2. This is about 0.25-ish smaller, so that we've got a little line there. And then I am going to do what's called ink swiping. If you haven't seen anybody do this, it looks like a mess, but I think you're going to love how it turns out. Okay. So if you're making your own cardstock, you're taking light pressure and you're adding color along the edges. Now with this one, because you need to do the whole panel, that's why we're going to ink blend, because I want to put our darkest color towards the outside. And you'll see, you can see the lines. And the more pressure I put on my ink pad, the more color I get down. Okay, so I'm going to kind of start like this. I'm going to smooth my lines a little bit, which you'll still see lines. I'm going to use the ink pad for that too, because I haven't even put any ink on this yet. And then we're going to go in and we're going to take it a little lighter towards the center. Okay, so you definitely want to have ink refills if you're doing this. So see how I've got kind of a line right there? I'm kind of going in and smoothing that out so that we don't see it in the corner of our card. Because basically what you're going to see is through the dots, and you're going to see the edges. So you want your edges to be pretty even. And I'm going to bring in a little color. If I was not doing this on camera, I'd probably do it all ink swiped, because you really cannot tell about those lines. It really does dry well. I just want to make sure y'all know that I'm not always, just in case it doesn't do the same for you, I don't want to do too much. So I'm going to add a little bit more, just very lightly. So kind of holding it like this and just very lightly adding some more color so that I don't have to blend all of it. Okay. You see how lighter pressure creates less color?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, and definitely I did a whole card in this, and I probably could use re-inking my ink pad, but really not having it re-inked makes it where I can add this pressure. If you've got it super saturated, sometimes it's a little harder to control how much ink you're getting. So, and I've got kind of a line right here that I'm going to try to smooth out. A little line right here.
I never use a blending brush to smooth out the lines.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I still got a line right here, so I'm going to have to kind of work at this one a little bit. He's a little bit stubborn. but you're not going to see it. Look at this. So we've already cut out our panel. And remember, we're only seeing parts of this. So that line's not going to matter at all. And it's still going to give us this lighter look towards the middle that I think looks really cool when you're looking at a card in person. It may not be something that y'all notice as much, but I'm hoping that today you may notice some different techniques that you haven't seen before. And if you like them, use them. Okay, so let me get all these little dots out and I'll show you how that looks a little bit different. And we can decide kind of what we're doing. Definitely be careful with your dots here and your sticky mat, because it's going to stick to my sticky mat if I get it on there. So I'm trying to get it off to the side.
Yeah, the dots. I've had to weed out so many dots.
So many dots. But you know what I thought about? I thought if you pre-inked this panel and then like did those dots, you could definitely make shaker cards out of those dots.
Yeah.
You could keep if they were colored or something.
I'm not keeping them.
Okay. Can y'all see how there is a lighter blend through there? I just like how that looks. I don't know what y'all think about that, but I like how that looks. So I'm going to get this nice, pretty white piece off before I get it blue, like my hands. And we'll do a little cleanup. You do want to let this dry. Okay. So we don't want to mess with this panel for just a little while. It's got a lot of ink on it, and I'm going to set it aside and let it get some drying time. Okay. It's not like alcohol ink. It's different. So it has to dry just a little bit.
I think you told us, but is the Catherine Pooler ink that you used a pigment ink?
So it's called a dye ink, premium dye ink.
Oh, it's a dye ink. Oh, yeah. Okay. And it still blends that well. Nice.
Yeah, it does. So definitely having good paper is nice and makes all the difference in the world. But these, if I were picking, like, I know we have lots of Tim Holtz fans, and I love the Distress Oxides, but really, I think these are a little bit less work in blending, mainly because I'm a big time bright color person. Like if you like bright colors, I want my inks to start out that way versus having to work out my arm to get them that way,
Awesome. So firstly, hello, Lamont. Welcome, friend. And yes, it looks like I'm getting reports in the live chat. Oh, look at those inky fingers.
I know. Already
It looks like we are out of stock already. So I told you, friends, this would go fast. It's why I gave everybody a lot of fair warning. It's why and I know if you're disappointed, I totally understand. but when do you ever see new releases go out the door before launch day?
Yeah.
And with a promotion at that. So I hope you all understand this is incredibly generous of Jamie. And so yes, the deal had to be limited to what she actually can mail out. We've been doing so well that she has to reorder some of the inventory in order to have something to sell on June 15th when it officially launches. But here's my ask of all of you. Please still click on Nikki's link, because if you have cookies installed on your browser, then your cookie will get saved, where it will give Nikki credit for if you want to come back later and make a purchase and buy the bundle on June 15th when it releases publicly to everybody. This is just a special offer we are giving to you all live as a thank you for hanging out with us live, as a thank you to Nikki for guest designing. And so if you were able to get your order in today, congrats and thank you so much from me and Jamie. If you were not able to place your order and you would like to purchase when it releases on the 15th, then please still click Nikki's link today so that it saves that cookie. And later, when you come back to purchase, she will get a little bit of a commission. And that way we know who inspired you to make your purchase. So, so thanks everybody. And I hope you understand why I held off on sharing that link, because I've done this several times now. I know how quickly the live stream specials go. So wanted to give everybody a fair chance at it. But if you were not able to grab yourself that offer, firstly, stay tuned to the end. I do have a sneaky peek of my next release coming out next month, but I also have another free offer for everybody. So I'm going to switch over and take Nikki's spot in this big screen here. So for everybody who is watching live, whether or not you were able to buy the Easy Wonder dies, I do have what I call easy postage printables available on my website. This is a digital download that I sell through my website, which is lvhandcrafted.com. I call this one the Easy Guide version, and it's named such because it's been designed so that you can easily line up your Easy Wonder die. And if you line it up just right, and I have tutorials on this, but what you'll see is this section here will cut out your postage grid. And then these random designs right in the middle of this beautiful pattern paper is actually going to line up with these elements that are meant to layer right back into your postage grid. So with one pass through, you're going to get your postage grid, some fun postage stamps designs that then will layer right back on top of your postage grid. And that way you have everything, your focal images, your background, and all you need to do is pop a sentiment on. Now, to maximize, if you're going to be printing this on 8.5 by 11 paper, to maximize what your paper can fit, I've also given you some additional images here. In total, there are 10 different images. These have been clipped, size, scaled, so that you can use your add-on die from the Easy Wonder die number 3 and die cut out those images, which also layer back onto that postage grid. So for folks who are Easy Wonder fans, when I launch a new collection of easy postage printables, the Easy Guide will always launch for free. For limited time, it's always going to be available for free. So check back on my website often if you want to just always get some new things to craft with. And it's a printable, so you can download it once and print it out as many times as you'd like. For folks who don't have the Easy Wonder die, or you're just looking for more variety of ways to craft with the same theme, I have some extra printables in the same collection. So I've given you 2 different backgrounds, and I've given you the full stamped image designs. So these are the same as what's on the Easy Guide, but it actually has the full postage border. It's not clipped or cropped at all. So for example, look at this one. See how I had to clip this one because once you die cut it with the add-on die, that's all you really are going to see of it. But look how the full image, look at how much more there is to that image. So the extras have these images in full so that you can craft with them however you want. My offer to you, this coffee collection has not even released yet. So my offer to you, all of you, is you can get this easy postage printable for free. I don't even know when it's going to release. So this is, again, an exclusive for all of you. I am posting it now in Nikki's chat. So there's a clickable link for you. If you want to go ahead and help yourself to that free download, it's already marked down for free. It's not even visible on my website, it has not launched yet. So that's as a special thank you. This is the first time anyone has seen it. And so that is just for Nikki's awesome live chat. So, and everybody here who's joining us on this live stream. So, so that's my thank you to you. As well, I have a second offer for you all. If you like those easy postage printables, then I would love to extend you the offer to get 6 months of those easy postage printables, the free ones, the paid ones. For 6 months, you don't even have to worry about what price I put these at. You're just going to be able to help yourself to all of them for free for the next 6 months. What you need to do to claim this offer is click that form that I just put in live chat, and that should be visible in both live chats. And you will be able to, it's going to ask you for your email address. Leave me the email address that you will use to order from my website, and I will make sure that the coupon code is will work for your email. And that's how it knows what who's allowed to use the special promotional code. So when you go to that form, it will give you a code to shop, and just make a note of that code so that, and I'll paste it here too. So it's this code here, and it won't work for you right away. Just give me a little bit of time so that I can configure this coupon for your email. So there is that offer for you as well. Okay. So, oh, I see a lot more ink blending that you've done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm cutting out the Happy Mail, and if you didn't see, I'm just using my ink pads. I just decided we're just getting inky today, and we're gonna get our hands covered in ink, but I'm going to create some more dimension. I really like to have just details on cards, and so I'm adding some extra dark areas and light areas. It's all the same color blue, but I'm just adding a little bit more ink in certain areas to create this cute little sentiment. So I've got that. I was going to go ahead while I'm letting this dry and show you how I made the airplane. And then of course we'll do some stamping too. I'm getting all my little letters out of here for Happy Mail. Some of them are connected and some of them aren't. So just FYI, I'm going to get those out of there. And if you're going to use your little dot on your eye, try to hang on to it. We'll see if that happens or not. Sometimes that happens. But you know what? You've got so many dots over here. We got plenty of dots if we can't find it. So let's see if that's it.
Oh, that's true, huh?
Yeah, we have so many dots. Like, there's no reason to. Oh, look, I found it though. Okay, so we'll hang on to that one. So I'm going to leave this piece of paper out because what I'm about to use is an acrylic marker, and it will mess my mat up if I get it on there. So I'm going to use a silver marker, and we're going to color in our plane. So if you don't have silver cardstock and you want to have a beautiful silver plane, you can easily do kind of what we've been doing, which is coloring things in and creating your own. So I'm going to use this one. This is an Altenew acrylic marker. I don't know how many of you know, but I do a lot of things for Altenew. So these markers are just like a paint pen, basically. It's a paint pen. And then this plane has some detail to it. So it's got like some raised areas that really show up nicely when you color it. So I'm going to just color with silver. And it's basically making our own metallic cardstock, okay? So
Oh, that's so cool.
if you don't have metallic cardstock, just grab a pen. And these pens are also great for things like if you do wax seals, you can color on the wax seals. And I can tell you for sure that I'm going to miss an area, but the silver is similar enough to the white that it's not going to matter if you miss a stroke. And I probably need some glasses on to be sure that I've got it perfectly. But if I was actually crafting, I'd get my head right down in there and be sure. But here's our silver plane, and see how it has that detail on it?
Oh, pretty.
Looks so good.
Wait, so is that one of the ones that has the little agitator ball inside?
Yep. It sure does.
Oh,
It has the agitator ball in it, so this is what it is.
I didn't know that Altenew made those.
They're brand new. They came out like last month. Actually, it's possible. Yeah, I think they came out last month, or it's possible they're not out yet on Altenew's site and I have it early. Sorry. That is possible. I don't think so because I think I've been using it for at least a month. But yeah, so it's just, I think they kind of got into their stamps and they're like wax seals, and so they put out some acrylic markers too. Okay, so we got our little plane there. Try not to lose that guy. And we are going to do some stamping. I'm going to make sure I've got my hands as clean as I can get them, and then we're going to do some of this stamping on the front, and then we can put our card together, okay?
Awesome.
So I'm going to use what's called a stamp wheel. If you're on my channel, you know what a stamp wheel is. If you're from Lynn's channel and you haven't seen one of these, this is also from Altenew. It has that same sticky mat on the inside to hold, and it kind of works like a MISTI. So, except that it has more freedom. You can take this whole thing off and don't have to worry about having it on there. Let me make sure I've got my hands good and clean here. And I will start stamping. So I'm going to use, because I want my card to coordinate so well, I'm going to use those same inks to do some stamping. So we're going to do some black stamping. We're going to do some red and blue stamping, but I'm using those same inks that I was just using. So you can kind of see those. And this stamp wheel sticky mat of mine, I use it all the time. So it's not quite as sticky. I may need just a little bit of tape to make sure this stays down, because you don't want your paper coming up and ruining all of, because you're stamping so many things. You don't want to like take that chance.
Yeah.
So I am not going to take that chance. See how this edge wants to pop up a little bit. Do we have any questions or anything right now? Or are we good?
I really love the stamp wheel.
Okay. I was checking to see if we had any questions that we needed to answer.
No questions, but I just want to apologize for everybody who's disappointed because we sold out so fast. So don't worry, on the 15th when it actually launches, you'll be able to, at this point, pre-order, because we've sold through the bundles, the full bundles that are available. And that's why we had to limit things today. So I know that there were some folks who tried to purchase and couldn't, and that was because somebody else managed to complete their order ahead of you, unfortunately. So I'm sorry if you've tried to order, and if you are still interested in ordering, I would really encourage you to click Nikki's link now, and that way she will get credit for inspiring your purchase if you do come back and purchase. And if you sign up for the wait list, you will get an email notification, and that way you won't miss the opportunity, or you'll get a nice reminder on the 15th when stock opens up again.
Okay,
so I know this might be a little bit unusual way of doing things, but for me, as a very new designer of dies, this is just the way that I've asked Jamie, because she didn't have to do this. She doesn't have to make her new release available before launch, and she doesn't have to make a promotion available on a new release. Most times new releases come out and you pay full price and you don't get anything for it. But as somebody who is new to designing dies, I asked if I could do these live stream specials so that we can get the word out, make our early adopters feel really special, that so that they can get it early and be crafting with it and playing with it. So that it's not just designers like Nikki who are on design teams who get to play with things early. We kind of like I like the idea of letting crafters and diehard fans also get their hands on new releases early and play with them. So if you've been frustrated today about your experience, please just blame me. I take 100% responsibility. Nikki doesn't control this promotion either. And Jamie has given me a lot of leeway to make this offer to everybody the way that I thought was best. So if you are upset, that's not my intention, but I understand, and I will take full responsibility for that.
So I'm redoing this one in case you're wondering, because I think not. Hang on just a second. So it says number and it's got like a little postage number. I want to make sure I've got it facing the correct way before I stamp it, because I thought I had it upside down. So let's just make sure it's going to say number. So I'm kind of going along and stamping in colors now with the same inks that we've done the ink blending. And you see it just picks up from the stamp wheel, and then I can flip it over and dab it with ink. You don't want to overly saturate these because they are very bright. So you're just barely dabbing and stamping.
Oh, so I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
You seem like a very tidy crafter. Does it bother you that your stamp is stained?
Not really. No,
Okay.
I mean, you can't keep them from being stained. And if you do anything in red, you can't stop it. So it doesn't bother me, stamps. I do wish that I could like perfectly clean all of my little grippy mats, but if you use red, which I use, you can't do that. So
I know.
it's just a well-used mat. So that's how it goes.
It makes me happy to hear that, because I like to keep tidy and clean also. And I'm a little bit bothered by stained stamps, even though I know that doesn't do anything to your stamps.
Yes.
But I try real hard to get it super clean. But you're right, red, there's just no hope.
There's no hope. If you're doing red, there's no way.
Yeah.
It's just too crazy. So I'm going to do a little bit of black, and I'm going to show you how. So I'm letting this red dry before I stamp over it. I don't know if you remember on this one, I've done some like kind of layers of stamps. So I'm letting that red dry before I stamp over that in blue. So we're going to kind of move to our black, and I'm going to make sure I have a compass faced the right way here. So if you're in my channel, this is a new thing for me, this die. So just kind of bear with me. I'm playing with new things and enjoying the process. So if you think I should have done it different, then I know I'll keep on playing and try some new things. I know people on my channel are probably used to seeing a lot of Altenew and a lot of, sorry, got to get my black ink real quick. This is the ink that I use. I love this black ink. It's really nice. Does a really good job. And you'll notice I'm not stamping the black airmail one yet, because I'm going to make sure I've got that lined up to be perfectly in the center of my little ring of stars. I don't know what you call that thing, but. So I feel like, yeah, stamp stains don't bother me, because if they're not stained, you're probably not using them.
Yeah.
I do like to keep the area somewhat neat, just mainly because I'm filming, you know, it's hard to, it's annoying when you can't find what you need and you're already on camera. So I'm trying to be better at that as I'm doing more and more live streams. So that's why, you know, I try to keep it as easy as possible. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and get this lined up how I want it to be. And then I'm going to put the stamp through it. Okay, because I wanted this to line up just perfectly. So I want this stamp fits perfectly in the center.
Yeah, you noticed that. Nice.
Yes. So like I said, I'm an experimenter. So like I play with all the different like I I tend to like try to see how many different things I can do. And when I saw there was another circle, I was like, I bet this circle fits. Let me just see if that works.
Oh,
And it does work perfectly.
I'm so glad it didn't disappoint, because you know
Yeah,
how sometimes you think that and then you're like, oh, not
I
quite.
know. It's like, oh no, it doesn't work. So once I've got this on my mat, I can move this out of the way. Okay. I will glue that on later. But right now I can move that out of the way so that I don't accidentally get black ink on it. And then this one I did in black. So I'm going to do a little bit of this one. If you're looking for a great black ink, this is really good ink. Um, I Anybody have questions for me on anything else? I can't see the questions, so Lynn will
Nope.
just tell me if you do.
Yeah, I think we're good. Sue says I have stamps stained and doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
See, I need to embrace more of that spirit.
Yeah. I mean, even like my hands like this, my hands are going to look like this for 2 or 3 days. And I'm just like, this is my job. And I know it's a mess. If it's like something like a paste or something like that I'm doing, then I will make sure to wear gloves. But it
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
it's kind of hot underneath all these lights. And I'm just like, it's okay. If
yeah.
anybody asks, they know I was doing some art.
There you go.
And they're
Hey,
probably
question.
just, yeah, go ahead.
There is a question for you from Tammy. What
Yeah.
was the Catherine Pooler red that you used?
It was okay. It was Rockin' Red. Let me try to
Rockin'
see if you can.
red.
I tried to relabel mine, so you see how I put a. So here it is. I am a little bit type A. Okay. I hate that Rockin' Red cannot be seen easily on camera. So
Yeah.
I have relabeled all of my mini inks with a black label and clear because it drives me crazy. Because sometimes I'm even doing a project, filming it, and I forget which colors I've used because I've got so many things happening at the same time. So I need to go back to the footage, and if I can't read it, then I can't tell what I did. So it helps me too. So hopefully that helps y'all see that one. I know I don't do it on the big, large ones, but the other one, the blue color was called Dress Blues. So Catherine Pooler puts her two inks in sections. There's the spa section, and there is the party section. Party is bright inks. Spa, think about like more tranquil type inks. I am party all the way. I do love the spa inks too, but I love bright colors. Like you'll see some rainbows and things like that on mine. I love bright colors. As you can see, I've got my watermelon nails. Like I love color.
Yeah, people are
Color.
loving your nails.
Oh, good. I got watermelon, so I thought that was cute. Of course, now I've got blue hands, but that's fine. So I'm going to stamp this little guy in blue over the red. We've given it long enough to dry, so we can do that. Were you about to say something, Lynn? I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm interrupting you or not.
Oh no, you're good. Well, actually, Sue said that a wet pumice stone will clean the ink right off.
Oh,
Just rub-
really?
Yeah, just rub lightly.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Give yourself a nice little exfoliation at the same time, which I probably could use on my hands.
Yeah. Nancy, to answer your question, if you filled out the form for the 6 months of free postage printables from me, there was a code on that form, but if you did not note that code, no worries. I'm popping it into the live chat for Nikki's folks, and it's on screen here. So everybody write down this coupon code. Then give me a day or two. I need to configure the coupon code so that it works for the email address that you left in the form when you signed up for the 6 months of free printables. And so give me a couple days. If you want to know when you can start shopping, then join us over on the Easy Wonder Inspiration Facebook group, because I've been posting there when I have the coupon configured. But if you just give me 48 hours, for sure it will be done by then. And then you can start shopping. So what you'll want to do when you start shopping is make sure to be logged in with that email account that you left me in the form, because that's how my website will know that it's you trying to use the coupon code and not a random person. So So make sure that you're logged in, and then go ahead and add whatever printables you would like. Don't worry about the price. And then when you go to checkout, before you check out, just put the coupon code EASY3-live, and you'll see your cart go down to 0 for everything that that code applies to, which is only my printables. So so that's how you would use that. But like I said, just give me a couple days to get it working for you. That's why I don't mind sharing the code live like this, because this is just an offer for you all watching live and claiming the offer live. As soon as we're done streaming, I'll try to program the coupon so that it works for you, and then you'll be able to shop for the next 6 months, and you won't have to worry about the cost of these printables. And if you do create with them, I hope you'll share what you make to the Easy Wonder Inspiration Facebook group. I dropped a link to it in Nikki's chat and my own, and tag me so I can see what you've made.
Yeah, so we're going to be using vellum now too. So if you need to keep talking, I can. So I'm going to use some vellum now. If you have not seen, okay, I just did a live stream that was like crazy popular about ways to use vellum. We're just going to keep it pretty simple today because I want to show you something about these dies. So with these letter dies, a lot of times you see letter dies and you'll see like a little outline that comes with them. This one is a little bit different because it has a place for an envelope. And so when I first looked at it, I wasn't quite sure what was going on right here. And then I was like, oh, the envelope fits right there. So when you're lining up your letters, you might want to go ahead and put your envelope right there so that you've got it taken care of and you're not trying to space things incorrectly. The other thing I would advise when using some type of these letters in vellum, you have to be real careful with your adhesive. I'm actually going to use a little bit of a dot runner on mine. You can use glue. You just have to be an expert gluer. Okay. So if you're not an expert gluer, and I'm going to hold this here so I don't hurt my, because it'll get stuck to my sticky mat. So I'm just kind of seeing, and that one's actually out. So we're going to use a different one. Okay.
Where do you get your dotty tape runner?
So I had the one that just ran out that I use all the time is from scrapbook.com. The one that I just used is from Altenew. Altenew, I think, just came out with theirs. I feel like that was like within the last little bit. And it's nice for vellum. Both of them are nice for vellum. You still can see it. I mean, any kind of dot runner, you can kind of see through vellum. I talk about that in that vellum live stream that we just did. So I'm going to always line up my first and kind of like last letters because, because it just kind of, I want to make sure everything fits within that part, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and,
because it's a little bit more obvious, you know, where those should be positioned. And then you'll get a good sense of like the spacing of the bubble of the shadow.
Yeah.
So then the middle letters are a little bit easier to space out.
Yeah. So I always go from each end and do that. So I'm going to kind of, you see the little bubbles down there. You can kind of get an idea. And I went on and put that Y up there so that I knew for sure I wasn't making these too tall. So I haven't glued the Y down, but there we go. And the thing with dot runners and vellum is you usually just can't, like once you put it down, you really can't move it too much. So kind of make sure you're where you want to be before you got it there. Okay. And then we got our M.
Joyce says, great tips, Nikki. Joyce, you were part of the Scrapbooking Fun Summit. I think you were in my Q&A live stream. Hi, welcome, friend. I had a question about where to get the printables. So 6 months of printables, I just dropped that link in both of our chats. So you should be able to see that. And Gloria, did you already print the coffee printable? That was fast. So if you want the special coffee one, that's not released yet. This is the only link where you can get it. And after this live stream, it will not be available until I decide to release it, which I don't know when that will be yet. So you guys are getting like, I wanted to make this live stream special for Nikki's audience. So you're getting something super way in advance of when, because I don't even have a plan to release it just yet. It'll be sometime in the next couple months. And then if you stick to the end, I'm going to sneaky peek a release that's coming up next month that I have coming out at the Not Too Shabby shop. So hang on to the end here and I'll give you a little sneak peek about what's coming up. And I don't know if Maureen is still here. I think Jamie said that she emailed you. So if you are still here and there was something weird with your order, Jamie did reach out to you. So please check your email for an email from Jamie.
Okay. So did you see that I just dipped the edge of this envelope?
Yeah.
It's still little. So I'm just going to dip that in ink and it's going to need a second to dry. So we're not going to apply that just yet. The other thing that I did with this little guy is because he's silver, I went and did a black outline. So I did a second one. And you can do that with black marker. You could do that with black paper. If I had remembered to cut it out of black paper, I would have. Let me see if I've got a piece over here. Yeah, that's going to be easier than me trying to find a marker. So I do have a piece of black paper over here. If y'all are my subscribers, I would love to see who knows what project this is from, because this is an entire video on this square. So I'm curious to see if who can figure that out, because it was a fun video and it was pretty recent, and we did a lot with cutout squares. So I have apparently I have an extra cutout square here on my desk, which was actually very fortunate, so that I can cut out this plane again and just make him a black lining. So whenever you're having trouble with something standing out, it never hurts to cut it in black as well, and then put a little bit of shadow behind it.
I was about to say, do you not eat, because I know you said that you don't have a lot of pattern paper or even a lot of solid color cardstock. I was like, do you not even stock black in your craft room?
Yes, I do. And I do have colored cardstock, but I don't like, it's just the pattern paper was getting overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I like ink blending so much that I'm just going to, I will have solid colors, and I do. But a lot of times I even ink blend on the solid colors to customize them to what I want them to be. Yeah. So, you know, it's just, I'm always like, if you're on my channel, I'm always like doing something extra. I don't know. Sometimes I probably take it a little too far.
Oh, so, hey, we have a guess where the black square came from. Was it the graduation cap?
It was, Nicole. Good job. It was the graduation cap. Now the graduation cap has a plane in it. That was our extra graduation cap. So I made a pop-up out of that. And so that's also, I thought somebody would figure it out. I was like, they're going to figure out where this is. So when I'm using glue, I really love this glue, Barely Arts glue. So I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue on this guy, and then I'm just going to create a shadow kind of off the edge. I want to be able to see it, because otherwise there wasn't a point of putting this die back there. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to kind of line it up so that you can see that black shadow. And you can do this as big or as small as you want to. I'm going to do it pretty thin line, and I'm going to set this on top of it to hold it down. So we still got our little envelope. Our little envelope edge is kind of drying still. Let me check that with a piece of something and see if it's definitely wet. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Definitely still wet.
That was a very juicy ink pad.
I know. I told you they're so juicy. Like, I may even like blot it a little bit just to get it. Okay. So we'll let that keep on trying to dry a second. And we'll go ahead and put our little airmail thing on, and we'll line up our card. How about that? So this thing is cool because I think you could really use the cutouts. You know, we're talking about the dots and the stars. You could do those as some type of decoration on it, and it would look really cute. I think it'd also make a cute shaker. The only thing is you might want to color both sides if you're doing it as a shaker, just in case the pieces get flipped over.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Or use solid cardstock. That would actually probably be the best idea, because then it's the same color on both sides. Probably the fastest idea. How about that? is using that. So I've created my circle here, and I know I've got this lined up, so I'm going to just kind of wing it. I know that's the center of my circle. And then once again, I'm going to use my little acrylic block. Those are nice to hold things down and hold them flat. And we'll get our little Happy Meal together. You do see I have a couple little lines here. I'm not going to worry about those too much. I may go in and add a little bit more to that, but I did get a couple lines that might have gotten a little bit juicy on the ink pad right there. But no big deal. Like I said, if somebody's getting a handmade card from you, they are going to be happy that you made the card.
Yeah.
So don't stress.
Well, plus, I kind of like that it's a little bit like different colors, because it's kind of like the ink blended background has a little bit of that ombre. Okay, so I'm getting messages in the chat that if you're trying to redeem the coffee printable and you're getting a 503 error, it just means that too many people are hitting my website right now. So just give it a moment and refresh. It looks like Elisa tried that and now it's working. So please just give it a moment and maybe refresh, try it again. I will leave that listing up for maybe a couple hours after we end the live stream so that there's a little bit of a grace period for you all to redeem that and for you all to redeem the 6 months of free printables. So don't sweat that one. That's those are totally within my control, so I can do that for you all.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody for trying, and thank you for your patience.
And thank all of you for, trying to order. I know that it can be frustrating that there may not be as many bundles available, but just remember it's a small business. You want them to stay in business, so they've got to control what they do, and they're being careful and hopefully staying around for a long time. So just be patient with them if you're not seeing that there.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Sorry, as I've as I've done more crafting with different design teams and such, it really is a kind of eye-opening into small business, like how slim of margins are sometimes running on, and they love crafting so much, and they really appreciate your support so much.
100%. Yeah. Carol, if you've already signed up for the freebies, don't worry. It should already be working for you, and so you don't need to sign up again. It's the same 6 months. And it's the same coupon code. Gloria, thank you for refreshing and trying again. Glad that works now. Yeah, so I don't mind being completely transparent with everybody about how my partnership and relationship with Not Too Shabby is. I have the great fortune and opportunity to design these dies, and I'm really fortunate that Jamie at the Not Too Shabby shop is taking a little bit of a bet, a little bit of a risk. I'm not a professional designer of dies, so especially with that very first one, it was a big risk to her to know whether or not the dies will sell, because I think most craft companies are relatively small. Not Too Shabby Shop is, it's Jamie. She is the Not Too Shabby Shop. She doesn't have a huge staff. She packs and picks all of the orders, and she does pretty much everything. She has support from other designers who help her curate the subscriptions and the papers and ephemera and things like that. And I've had the fortune to help with designing some dies and now stencils. And so every release for a small business is a risk, because we don't know how many people would be interested. These times are tough with the economy and with things happening with tariffs and shipping costs. I don't know how many of people know, but there was only a single US-based die manufacturer, just one. And for companies who had been using them and sourcing and having their dyes made in the United States, that no longer became an option. And Not Too Shabby was one of the companies who was affected by their abrupt closure. Like literally, you know, just one day they were closed. And so it was quite a disruption. And in fact, this dye had just gotten approved. We had just tested it, and Jamie was maybe even about to place an order when she got that announcement that they were shut down. And so it was designed and ready to go, and it took Jamie some time to find a manufacturer overseas that she tested and made sure the quality was good and was happy with, but that came at some unexpected cost to her. So it's all that to say that we did not initially order a large inventory because of that risk. But I'm immensely appreciative of everybody who has placed an order, who has expressed an interest in buying the dyes. And it's actually why I did so many promotions up front leading up to the launch on the 15th, so that we could have a successful launch. Because you just never can tell what people would be interested in. And so that's why we had to limit the offer. And really, it's just to give the people who do order a good experience, because what sold out was what was ready to ship out. And we have more inventory coming, so that on June 15th, hopefully people will not have to wait too long when they place their pre-orders. So I hope you all understand. I don't mind being upfront and transparent about all of that, because to Nikki's point, there's a lot going on behind the scenes with every business. And so what may seem frustrating and is frustrating from the customer perspective, there's reasons why we kind of have to do certain things the way that we do them from our perspective. So I hope that helps a little bit. I know, it's just
it's frustrating when you don't get something that you're wanting, but yes, we appreciate you being here. I want to show you how I fixed a mistake, because you're going to make a mistake. And so I just thought it never hurts to have some extra ways to fix it. So this is a Jelly Roll pen. It is white. It is my favorite white pen, but you see that I do have to write on something to kind of get it going, because it's kind of like a paint. And so sometimes these kinds of pens, like you really have to get them going. So and sometimes I do this too. Like I actually get a little bit of water on my finger and get it going. You see how that worked? So sometimes they do cause trouble, and this one may already be almost out of ink, but I'm going to try to show you how I can fix something here if I can get it going good.
Okay, can I interrupt you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a debate going with some other crafters. What's your favorite number Jelly Roll?
10.
Oh, dang.
What's yours?
We're not on the same page, my friend.
Oh, no. So I like to fix things with it like this. So I like to use it like whiteout. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's just that I got to get it going. And I'm going to white out over my little red smudge that I made. And it's not going to be perfect. It's still probably going to have a little pink tinge to it, but it covers it up a little bit.
Man, that red took so long to dry.
Yeah, it's so juicy. Look at how much ink is in that. I mean, you can
it's beading up at the top.
Yeah, it's just like it gets on the edges of this and stuff too. So they're very juicy. So they're a different thing to work with. They are definitely different than what you're used to with ink pads. And for me, I love it. But other people, it might be like, oh my goodness, this is like too much.
Wait, have you re-inked that and it's like that, or that's just how it comes?
Well, that's how it comes, but this one has been re-inked many times because I've used it so much. But you can see I've even kind of torn the pad just a smidge right there. But this one I've had since I bet I've had this same ink pad for, when did they come out in minis? Probably 2-3 years. And I have a re-inker so that I can use it. But they stay nice for the most part. So,
yeah.
Okay, so I got that nice and flowing. So we still have a little pink here. But for the most part, if you were taking a picture of this or you were handing it to someone, there's no way that white really covers it up. Just think of it like whiteout and use it when you need to. So what's your favorite Jelly Roll number? Mine is 10, which is the widest. So that is the one that makes the big marks. But I don't do a lot of detailed like coloring of images either.
I like 8.
Okay.
But I can tell you that Carrie Rhodes is a fan of 10. Shannon from Hero Arts is a fan of 10.
Yeah.
I think Charlene Madrid is in my camp with 8.
She probably is. She probably is. I could see Charlene using an 8. But she's very detail and precise, and I want mine to cover stuff, and I want to make like big like dots with it, you know? Like I
Yeah.
want it to be seen. I would think that Charlene would probably be okay with it being a little bit more not seen. You know, she puts lots of little fine details in her cards that so I love Charlene, by the way. She's very good. So if people haven't done it yet, will you make sure that you hit subscribe on my channel, especially if this is your first time seeing me? I do lots of fun technique videos, and I usually have a new video every week if I'm not doing a live stream. This week, we will just see what happens. The plan is to have a Catherine Pooler card that is a shaker window card on Friday, but I can tell you that we're at Wednesday, and we're not quite there yet, so it may be next week. It's been a busy week.
For folks who are watching from my channel, I just put Nikki's YouTube channel in the live chat, so please do pop on over and watch some of her videos, watch some of her live streams, and if you like her content, hit that subscribe button for her.
Yeah.
Nancy asks, what is the name of that pen?
Oh, it's called a jelly roll. You see it? Jelly roll. And they make them in different sizes. That's what we were debating. I like the size 10. Lynn likes the size 8. Do they make another size too?
Yeah, they have 5.
Okay. So there's like a 10, an 8, probably a 6.
I don't know that there's, yeah, this is 5. I was like, is it 5 or 6? So that's 5.
Yeah.
So you can get this exact 3-pack.
And they're just talking to you about the size of the tip.
Yep.
So like the bigger the number, the bolder the white color is, and the bigger the size of the tip. So you can get them on anything, but like I like to use mine to create like dots. So like I want to make sure that I can get little dots and like little lines on things and you can see them. So it's an easy way to make like a little white dot to highlight something. You see what size that white dot is? Lynn could probably make one with hers and show you that an 8 is much smaller. Okay. Oh, just 3 sizes, Cece. Okay. Hey, Cece, I think she's on my channel too. So the other thing that, like, if you're like, what is Nikki good at? Nikki is does a lot of reels. So I do a lot of short form video too on Instagram, especially for Altenew. I'm actually on their creator team for the reels. So if you like watching quick little fun things, and then almost all of them are linked to a full video, but sometimes it's just entertaining to watch reels too. Okay, so Patricia likes the number 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I'm just gonna leave that comment up on the screen.
Lynn's like, it's 8 all the way. So, and I like for my videos, I do a lot of techniques. I am showing a lot of times new products because that's how I get my products is, you know, if I'm working on them for a different company, but I try to make it to where you're going to learn something in each video. And a lot of times it's me stumbling upon like something cool and new because I like to innovate and do things. So if you like to experiment with your supplies and want to really stretch them, it might be a good place to check out. Okay, I finally got that H to stay down. Okay, here's our cards. You can see the difference here in our 2. Tell me what y'all think about making your own stripes versus and making your own patterned paper. Are y'all into that? Do you prefer to use the patterned paper and really bust up a pack like she said, because this thing cuts like it's perfectly made for a 6x6.
Yeah, so here's the difference of 5, 8, and 10. For folks who are interested, clearly, I think we all know what the best one is. I think there's more votes for 10, to be honest. I think I'm in the minority here.
And I just saw in there, Terry, thank you so much for saying that. She's in the chat. But these, you can buy these on Amazon. If you're going to buy these anywhere, just anytime you're buying craft supplies, use somebody's affiliate link. So I don't know if Lynn has an Amazon store. I definitely have an Amazon store. But if you don't know, affiliate links, so we're not getting paid to do these kinds of things. We are giving products. And when you buy, if you will click on somebody's link, they get a little bit of commission. So if you're gonna buy something, don't ever buy anything without clicking on somebody's link, okay? Because that's just that money does not go to the creator, okay? And it's not much. It's not like you're making us rich if you forget. Don't hurt yourself and be like, oh no, I didn't do it. But just try to put it in the back of your mind that if you want crafters to keep creating and be able to do these things, buy cameras, buy mats, have the equipment to be able to live stream to you and get microphones and things like that. It does cost us money, and so it is helpful when you really support us, and I appreciate all of my community who does that, and I'm sure Lynn has a great community. I'm glad to meet all of you today. Tell me if you have any questions about this card or about the products that I used. I can pull those back out up here too if you need them.
Hey, Tiffany, welcome.
Oh, hey,
friend.
Tiffany, she's gonna love my inky hands. Let me just show her my inky hands. Look what I did. I made a big mess today. She loves to have inky hands too.
Tiffany she likes to get messy. She's another person to learn amazing techniques from.
Yeah, she's kind of helped me be like, okay, it's okay to get messy. It's okay to get messy. Like, let's just make a mess here.
So Colleen, we got reports that there was a 503 error to download my coffee printable. So I think it's just a lot of people on the website. And so if you refresh, it seems like that has fixed it for some folks. So in any case, I have announced earlier that I'll leave that open for a few hours after the live stream ends. That way, if you are having issues during the live stream, maybe just check back in half an hour from now when the traffic is a little lighter. Thanks everybody for that interest. And to let everybody know, my website, it's just me, okay? So like, it's not a big corporation. I can't pay for like a lot of server space and uptime and all of that business. So if I really appreciate everybody's patience and willingness to try. And of course, so that's why I'll leave it open for a few hours after the live stream ends. And that way, hopefully, it'll be lighter load and you can grab it there.
And I saw in the chat too, I saw it on the side. Somebody said, are you going to post the link for Amazon? So I'm going to put some links in my description of this video on its replay. But also, Lynn, I don't know if you have an Amazon store, but mine is basically Amazon.com. And then you hit /shop Nikki Hearts Cards. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So if Lynn has one, it's probably LV handcrafted.
Yeah, it is. But everybody go support Nikki and hit her links and give her, because again, I just want to be transparent. Neither I nor Jamie paid Nikki for her time to craft with these dies. She was sent the dies for free to craft with, share inspiration with you, and to be a part of today's live stream and make it available to her audience who we love. And so this is Nikki's way of maybe getting a little bit of money back in her pockets. So please do shop her links for whatever it is you're shopping for.
Yeah.
And give her a little bit of that. And I got some questions about the dies, the previous dies, and where to go to get the Easy 3 dies when they do come out on the 15th. And so I'm going to share with you, again, this is going to be Nikki's affiliate link. And my favor that I would like to ask of everybody is please go ahead and click that link now. click that link now, because the way that affiliate links work is that it saves a little cookie to your browser, letting the Not Too Shabby website know that it's Nikki who drove you to that website and inspired you to at least check out the store. And if you do ultimately make a purchase, whatever your purchase ends up being, then Nikki will get a little bit of a commission. And that's a thank you to her efforts and to support her and all of the free videos that she puts out, all of the free reels she puts out, all of the amazing techniques that she teaches us in her live streams and her videos. It all costs her money and time. And so, and not to mention talent. And so we're benefiting from that and getting all of that free content. And this is one way to support her. So please do hit that link now, and then come back on the 15th when these dies officially launch. And then you can not only get the full bundle, but you can buy them a la carte as well if you're only interested in a portion of the bundle. And then I have one more question before we wrap up. I want to answer this question. Are the two links for the free downloads, are they different? Yes, they are different. There's one link that goes to the coffee bundle, which is not yet released and does not even have a release date yet. I just wanted to make something available to Nikki's audience for free and exclusively. First seen here is, and you're going to be the first to get it. So that's one link. The second link is to get all of my easy postage printables for free for the next 6 months. So that is a different link. The 6 months of easy postage printables will take you to a Google form asking for your email address. When you give me your email address, I need a day or two to configure the coupon code, which I shared earlier in the live chat. And give me a day or two, and then you can start shopping using that code. It will discount and make for free any of the other, because I do have other postage printables already on my website. And some are free, which you can help yourself to now, and some have a price on them. But if you give me a couple days, I'll get that coupon code ready for you. And I want to I'm going to give a quick sneaky peek at something, Nikki, and then we're going to close with you wrapping up on telling us what you did and what you made today.
Okay.
But let me first swap over and do this sneaky peek.
Okay.
If you were in my live chat, you might have seen a link to sign up for the wait list to something called, I'm posting it into Nikki's chat now, so this is why I am having a hard time talking. All right, so there it is for Nikki's audience as well. Next month, I have another die set releasing called the Ultimate Snow Globe Shaker. And if you want to find out more, if you want to get announcements on any promotions and get more sneaky peeks and get the first notice when this becomes available next month, then go ahead and sign up for my wait list. It puts you on my email list if you are interested, and you'll be able to make fun snow globe shakers. I'm getting ready to do a little bit of Christmas in July crafting. So we've got some fun inspiration here. And with my Easy Snow Globe Shaker, I've also created it so that you can create some fun ornaments as well. So I'm not going to show the actual dies, but here are a couple of examples of what you can make with it. So if you're interested in learning more, then go ahead and fill out that form to sign up for the waitlist, and I'll be sharing more details then. So Brenda says, do we have to use our Google? You don't. It takes you to a Google form, and then what you need to do is leave me your email address, the one that you plan to use when you shop from my website. And when in a day or so, give me a couple days, and then I'll configure the special coupon code that I've made available. It's on the form but I'm going to post it in live chat again just so that everybody can see it and write this down. So give me a couple of days and this coupon code will start working for you. But what I need is your email address, and that's what the Google form is asking for. This way, when you log into my website, it knows that it's you. And the coupon code is only going to work for people who have filled out that form. And so you can leave me any email address that you use to shop online. And if you don't have an account on my website yet, don't worry, you can create that later. Just give me the email address that you use to shop online when you go to fill out that form. So I hope that answers your question. All right, friends, that was my sneaky peek. Let's take a look at what Nikki made today. And another big thank you to Nikki. Also, for folks who don't know, Nikki is my birthday twin. So we actually share a birthday, which is really weird. I think we discovered at the same time that we share a birthday because we were on a design team together. Mm-hmm. And the owner of that team also shares the same birthday. It was wild. I've never, up until that point, had a birthday twin that I knew of.
Yes.
So
we are those good December birthdays, right?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So basically what we did here, just to wrap up, is that we created our own striped paper. We did a lot of ink blending. We created that lighter strip through the middle here. Did some ink swiping so you could see how that's done. We created our own metallic paper with this little plane. We did some colored stamping and showed you how to use a stamp machine. I guess not really a machine, a stamping platform. And we showed you how this Happy Mail die works, which is really cute. It fits into this little sentiment right here, which just makes it extra special. This one stamps right in the middle of a die cut. So just know that when you're looking. I think you could possibly fit the globe in there too. I think this one might fit in the center. I'm not sure, but I know the north-south, this one does. I just liked the airmail in there.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of other ones of those fit in there too. So hopefully, are there any questions or anything else that you want? I know that I hope you'll have lots of fun. You had fun crafting with me. It was fun to meet some new people, and I hope to see you around my channel.
Yay. Well, there was one question. One person asked us when our birthday is. So I don't know if you want to publicly say.
Sure. I'm not going to say the year.
Yeah,
I know. Pretend like I'm not that old. But December the 9th is our birthday.
Yep.
So, right there around Christmas. So it's just one of those fun times. Not too close to Christmas, but still it's that month,
Yeah, it's nice because it's far enough away from Christmas, so you still get two proper celebrations, and people don't have the impulse to try to combine it all as one.
Yes.
So
I made the mistake of having a baby 5 days after my birthday, so I also have to. So I celebrate that one. I'm like, really, of all the months, I decided to have a baby in December. So we got a couple December birthdays in our household.
Oh, and I'm sure your kiddo's birthday probably takes priority a lot of times.
Yeah, that's okay though. I've only got him around for so long to be his birthday celebration. So
as it should be, I suppose. Yeah.
All
right, friends. I want to give a quick wrap up for folks who did join late because I do see a couple questions about what you use. So today, Nikki helped me celebrate the launch of my new die. It's Easy Wonder die number 3. It looks like this, and it's designed to smash your 6x6 paper pads because in one pass through your die cutting machine, you're going to get a lot of basic shapes to craft with and elements to reconfigure however and reimagine however you'd like. On Nikki's card today, she used the postage grid portion of the main Easy Wonder die. And in the collection, there is also an add-on die set, which Nikki used quite a few elements from here. She showed us some tips and tricks on how to assemble the Happy Mail sentiment onto vellum, no less. So lots of tips and tricks for how to hide that adhesive on vellum. Some tips and tricks on how to ink up and assemble the little envelope and get perfect placement as you put this onto its shadow layer. As well, she used the airplane and showed us how to customize her just plain old white cardstock with a really fabulous, relatively new release by Altenew, which is their metallic acrylic.
Yeah, it's acrylic and metallic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this paint pen is pretty awesome. So it helps you to get that metallic shine, and that's what she used on her airplane. She also used the postage cancellation die, which you can use to either stamp into the airmail circle, or use the die to cut that out if you want to die cut that. And the collection also includes a stencil, but Nikki showed us how to by hand create that fun airmail border, which if you joined late and you missed her doing that, you need to catch the replay so that you can see how she created that custom red airmail border. But the stencil set will have some stencils so that you can do that and have a two-tone effect on that. And to answer the actual question that was put in the live chat, all of the stamp images that Nikki used are from the special delivery 4x6 stamp set that Jamie designed to go along with my collection. So that's a recap of everything that Nikki crafted with today, and what I made available to the live chat. And if you're watching on the replay and it's soonish after we wrap up this replay or this live stream, this will still be available for a few hours today. I offered this easy postage printable for free. This doesn't even have a release date yet. I just wanted to make it available to Nikki's audience and to my audience who are joining us today as something special and different, because I've been having these live stream specials for a few times now. This is the very last one, and I wanted Nikki's audience to have something a little different, a little bit special. And I also made available a link for you to redeem 6 months free of easy postage printables. So just leave me your email in that Google form, and I'll get the coupon code configured for you. And before we wrap up, I do want to post again in both of our chats. This is Nikki's affiliate link to the Easy Wonder Dies collection. So on June 15th, Easy Wonder die number 3 becomes publicly available to everybody. Likely it will be a pre-order because we've already sold through that initial stock and inventory. So if you manage to get your order in, big thank you, first off. Really appreciate your support of Jamie's small business and support of me as a new die designer. And if you order on the 15th, it will likely be a pre-order. There's more inventory coming. It's just not in hand yet, but your orders will ship as soon as that extra inventory comes. But I want to encourage everybody to hit that link now, because it is Nikki's affiliate link. And if you're watching today and Nikki has inspired you to at least take a closer look at the Easy Wonder dies, then we want Nikki to get that commission if you end up making a purchase. So please, please do hit that link today. Get that cookie saved to your browser. And if you make a purchase within the next 30 days from the Not Too Shabby shop, then Nikki gets a little bit of a commission. And that doesn't cost you anything. The price is the same either way. It costs Jamie, but she doesn't mind. She prefers it. So thank you to everybody. And I'm going to give Nikki the last word as we wrap up.
Okay. Well, let me switch it to my face so I can just say bye to everybody too. If I can get that. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I've still got my overhead here, so I'm going to have to kind of lean in. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for supporting Lynn and Not Too Shabby. I'm trying to bring more variety of content to my channel, and so I appreciate this opportunity from them. And I appreciate all of you for making it so fun. I saw somebody has the same birthday as us, Lynn. I saw it in the chat. Yeah, I think it was Susan. So those December 9th birthdays, go. But yeah, I hope that all of you have a great day. I've got lots of big things coming up on my channel. I'd appreciate it so much if you'd hit the like and subscribe on that. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram, I just hit a big milestone on Instagram, and there's going to be over $500 worth of giveaways coming up next month.
Wow.
So
yay. Okay. We got to follow Nikki over on Instagram. For folks in my chat, pop on over to Nikki's channel. It's Nikki Hearts cards, just like her shirt.
Yeah, I wrote down my shirt. Okay.
Congrats, friend. Thank you so
thank you.
much, and
Thank
have a
you.
great rest of your day.
All right, y'all have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Hey there, crafty friends, got some big news today. There's a new die set that's headed your way. Easy Wonder die number 3 has arrived. And oh my stars, it's postage style. Little frames with that classic edge, perfect for pandas or floral spreads. That grid design we all adore, now it's easier than ever, who could ask for more? Signed, stamped, and cut just right. Easy Wonder die number 3's in sight. With a postage grid, it's pure delight. Turning 6x6 paper pads into cards that shine bright. So easy to craft, so fun to share. A handmade touch with my own flair. With Easy Wonder die number 3 by my side, I send love and style and country pride. Stick some hearts in every square, add some flowers or a sweet little bear. It's like a postcard from the soul. Every panel plays a role. Pop it up or add a glow. Make it flip or let it show. Lots of layers are simple and sweet. This die makes every card complete. Signed, stamped, and cut just right. Easy Wonder die number 3's in sight. With a postage grid, it's pure delight. Turning 6x6 paper pads into cards that shine bright. So easy to craft, so fun to share. A handmade touch with my own flair. With Easy Wonder die number 3 by my side, I send love and style and country pride.
Whether it's birthdays, thanks, or just because, this die turns every piece of paper into a postmark of love.
Signed, stamped, and cut just right. Easy Wonder die number 3 takes flight. From my hand to hearts afar, each card's a keepsake, just like a star. No fuss, just fun and looks so grand, with a crafty fun twist from my own hand. The Easy Wonder die number 3